for Victims and Villains. My name is Josh, and I'm going to be talking about the Terrifier 3 reveal that we got at the end of Terrifier 2's re-release. So, Terrifier 2 is currently being re-released by Cineverse and Bloody Disgusting ScreamBox to kind of promote the upcoming Terrifier 3, the long-anticipated Terrifier 3, after last year's big smash, and Terrifier 3 is coming next year. This is our first look, and I'm going to be breaking down and kind of sharing my spoiler thoughts, as well as a little bit of breakdown. So first off, if you haven't seen the first two Terrifiers, what are you doing? It is one of the best horror slashers that we have gotten in the new millennium. Damien Leone, great dude, creates great content. If you are like me and love blood and want to better understand the glasses, please do yourself a favor and go check out Terrifier 1 and 2. So I'll put this disclaimer on this video that I will not be talking in detail, breaking down. This is the things that happen in the trailer. If you want to see it for yourself, go support independent cinema and buy a ticket. I would imagine that as a theatrical exclusive, this is the kind of thing that they are probably not wanting online yet. So out of respect for the filmmakers, I will not be breaking this down or talking in spoiler about the film. I'll hint at some of the things in the teaser trailer, but that is it. So this is the poster that everyone got at the end of it, and this actually leaked online. It has been confirmed. Terror Threads is doing an entire line around the idea of art at Christmas, so this is not a spoiler, but as you can see, this takes place at Christmas. And so one of the things that I think this film is going to be tackling is actually a homage to some Christmas slashers that are quite beloved. Namely, I think this movie coming up, my theory is that it is going to take place a year, maybe a year and a half after the events of Terrifier 2. We are going to reunite with Sienna, and she is going to basically have like a little bit more of like a firm grasp on the things that happened to her in the last act of Terrifier 2. I think she's going to be the only cast member we reunite with from Terrifier 2. She's going to go off to college, and my prediction is we will get a Black Christmas-esque slasher with art. So for everything we know about this, from the Terror Threads drop that is coming later this month, from the poster and this teaser trailer, everything that we have revolves around Christmas. The logo that they have in the trailer for this one actually has a wreath that's very similar to Black Christmas. It's not quite as full, but it is. It feels very much like it's an homage. And honestly, if I had to put one singular word on this teaser trailer, I would just say homage. Last year, David Howard Thornton took up the role of the Grinch in The Mean One, which you can now rent and see it for yourself. If you haven't seen it, if you've seen it, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought. I will leave my spoiler-free review at the end of this video, along with my interview with Damien Leone from last year's Terrifier 2 press junket. But in some ways, a little bit of this teaser pays homage to that character. I'm not going to say how, I'm not going to say why, but it very much pays homage to it, as well as a little bit of touch of Silent Night, Deadly Night. And I think that honestly that we are just not done with the Sienna character, and so that's why it leads me to believe that in Terrifier 2 we follow her in the last, a junior or senior year in high school. I think when the third one picks up, we're going to be meeting out with her years after the events of Terrifier 2. Can they kind of have a new lease on life, and she goes off to college, a la an homage to Black Christmas. I think it's going to be not quite an homage. I think the setting and the atmosphere for how they're going to set everything up will be an homage to Black Christmas. But art being art, and Damien Leone kind of being a special effects guru that he has established with not only the two Terrifier films, but All Hallows Eve as well. I think a lot of the things that we're going to get in this is going to be a very public. I think it's going to be this very loud and violent and glorious. And if you've seen the first Terrifier, you know that infamous saw scene that kind of put Leon on the map. And during the press junket, they were like, all right, well, we're going to take that and we have something that's better and something that's gorier in the second one. If you know, you know, it's the infamous bleach scene. I'm not going to say anything further than that, but I think that they will continue to up themselves again. And so that's kind of why I think it will be an homage in structure, but not necessarily in narrative to Black Christmas. If you've seen Black Christmas, then you know that Black Christmas has a little bit of like an intimacy feeling around it. The killer is we never really identified. It's just kind of left open-ended. It has one of the best endings in all of slasher history. But if you've seen any of the Terrifiers or All Hallows Eve or even the Terrifier short film, you know that Art the Clown is very messy. He's very loud. He's very gory. And so that's why I think that the Terrifier 3, in terms of being an homage to Black Christmas, it will feel like that in structure, but not in narrative and not in the gags. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the Terrifier 3 upcoming. If you guys have seen Terrifier 2 in its re-release form, got to catch the sneak peek, got to grab this sweet poster. What are your guys' thoughts on the teaser? What are your guys' conspiracy theories moving into Terrifier 3? Let me just say, this thing is like a little over a minute long. It literally gives next to nothing away. It kind of honestly feels like the way that like Disney has handled some of their marketing for some of the movies they released in November. If you can think back to the first time that we got the Frozen trailer was literally Sven and Olaf on the ice, and there was like a little bit of comedy that went back and forth between the two, and then that was the trailer. And it didn't really tell you anything about the narrative, about the plot, who these characters were in relationship to one another, and that's exactly how this trailer also feels. But you know, I just want to say this. So what are your guys' theories? Am I reading too much into this? Comment below and let me know. But hit that subscribe button below. In the show notes below, you guys will find links to movie reviews that we do, our podcast network, Patreon, social media, and most importantly, our mental health resource library. If you guys are new to this channel, we talk about mental health through pop culture. Hit that subscribe button and stay terrified.